Again. Danke Ihnen für Ihnen Einladung zu sprechen im Moodlemoot, ja? Es tut mir leid, meine Deutsch ist sehr schlecht. So, ich brauche auf Englisch zu sprechen, ja? Okay. I will try to speak slowly. Actually, your English is much better than my German, so I think it's better if I speak in English, yes. And we'll go to my slides. So I can find them on here. I'm not very good at technology. I messed it up. Right, okay. Oh, you started it for me, thank you very much. So I will go into here. I have to be careful with this microphone as well. I made sure today to promise that I would not go to the toilet while this was on. It's nice for whoever provided the garden here today to walk amongst as well. It's very, very nice. It's good. It's nice to be here. As you can see, I'm going to be talking about openness. Being open. How many of you, as teachers, have an open door? I wonder. Some of you, that's good. Put your hands up. Handy hop. If you have an open door, you see that the interesting thing is lots of teachers shut their doors in the classroom. Why do they do that? Why do we shut our doors when there is such good practice, when there are so many good things going on in the classroom? Why do we shut our doors and keep people out? We should be opening our doors and saying, come in and see what we're doing in the classroom. Come in and see how my children are so good. Come in and see what they're doing. You see, the whole point about openness is that it's very difficult to do. But I'm going to talk to you about openness this morning, and I'm going to challenge you to think about being more open, to think about what I call open scholarship, the act of opening up yourself for criticism in a constructive way so that you learn and also your community learn as well. This is a good thing, I think, for all of us to do. This is something that's changing in education. We need to be more open. And here's a question for you to start with. Do these children deserve a good education? Do they deserve a good education? Yes. Otherwise, you would not be teachers. You would not believe that if you were not teachers. Okay? Teachers are the best people, you know, in the world. How many of you are teachers here? Forest fans. You see, the thing about teachers is that we don't do it for the money. We do it. Because if we did, we wouldn't be teaching. We don't do it for the money. We do it because we care. We do it because we care about the children, the young people, and maybe even the adults that we are teaching. We do it because we want to make a difference. We do it because we have to do it. There's a compelling thing in teaching. And teachers take their work home with them a lot, don't they? We take our work home with us. It's very difficult. These children deserve a good education. What about these children? Do they deserve a good education? Yes. Of course they do. I took this picture a year ago in the Gambia, which is a very poor African country. And these children here are at primary school age. They're maybe 8, 9 years old. And they spend most of their day fetching wood for fires and fetching water for cooking, because they're many miles away from water. And that means that they do not get to go to school. And if they do go to school, they have to leave school when they are 11 years old, because the government of the Gambia does not provide free education after 11 years old. This is a fact. This is the world we live in. Here are some facts for you. Over 500 million children, that is 500 million children, are outside of education. All it will take, Stephen Heppel, professor in England, is just $5 billion to get them all into education. That is around about $1,000 each. That is all it will take to get children back into education across the whole world. And do you know there are many people who don't have this in their personal fortune? There are certainly many banks and many corporate establishments, organizations around the world that have this money. But where is the will to do this? This is the world we live in. This is why I'm going to talk to you about openness. And this is where Moodle and Mahara and all the other open source content will come in, as you will see as we go through this talk. I like this picture, homeless and wireless. This man is homeless, but he's also wireless. And I want to make a point with this. The point is, Brian Lamb, who's a Canadian colleague of mine, he says this: given the crisis in economics and the environment and the many challenges we face in modern society, it seems perverse to hoard knowledge in any form. It seems crazy to hold on to it when you can give it away for free. Do you know one of the most important phrases I ever learned in German was, ich habe keine Ahnung. So, it's useful in lots of contexts. Where's my taxi? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Why is my flight delayed? Ich habe keine Ahnung. What is the government doing with my money? Ich habe keine Ahnung. What is the government doing with money? Who knows? But this is a fact. There are people in this world who are homeless and they have no access to education. But we can give them access because many of them have wireless connections. I was in the townships of South Africa 5 years ago. And the townships of South Africa are very poor. You have people there living under plastic sheets and cardboard boxes. They have no home. They have escaped from war-torn areas and come south to South Africa, and they are living in squalor. They are living in poverty. But I went back recently, last year, to Johannesburg, and I noticed that now every one of them virtually has a mobile phone. They may have no money, they may have no job, they may have no home, but they have a mobile phone. They have a handy. And the important thing here to remember is that with that handy, with that mobile phone, they are able to access information to get them a job, to find them a home, to get them somewhere to go and stay, to find them food, water, accommodation. The mobile phone is going to be the game changer. It will be the thing that changes the world, and it will be the thing that will make our society more open. So, why do we hoard knowledge? Why do we keep it to ourselves? Why do we maintain this wall around knowledge and learning? The answer is on the screen. It's about money. It's about gold. Yeah? It's all about this. And this is a big problem. Just think about that for a moment. It's a great picture, but the problem is that is permanent. It doesn't rub away. It's not like a blackboard. You know, it doesn't rub off. And it's pointing the way to school. It's pointing the way to education. If you think education is expensive, says Derek Bock, you should try ignorance, because that is a bigger problem. And it will cost more if our society is ignorant of the facts. If they have no knowledge, it is a big problem. This is what Albert Einstein said. And this is so true. See, the thing is, if we can present children with the best possible conditions for learning, if we can present